guys. So I've ordered a new training aid slash toy. I'm going to do a little unboxing video, show you what I've got. Hello puppy. This is my dog Loki. Loki, say hi to YouTube. Good boy. Right, so as I'm sure you could see, I got this off of Amazon from the packaging. Wasn't particularly expensive. But if anyone's interested, you know, I'm more than happy to put links in. So, what we've got, it's one of these impact mats. Tells you where you're leaving your divot, where you're making contact with the ground. It is on Velcro, I think. Interchangeable with thin grass with a hole for a tee, or thick grass for practicing chipping. First impressions, it looks really nice. It'll be interesting to see how it stands up to a bit of use. Okay, I'm going to give this a little bit of a go. I'm starting off with the rough. I'm just going to hit a few chips, see how it lasts and see how it feels. Feels really nice, not showing any damage. I flipped it round. We're now hitting against the grain. See if that feels different. Yeah, for sure there is a difference. You feel significantly more grab against the club, a lot more resistance. So it's nice to be able to work with both. Right, so I'm going to swap this over for the fairway grass. Just peels off like that. I did notice the glue starting to come off a little bit there. Not the greatest of quality, but that'll stick down. Push that in, let's hit a few. Pretty much what you would expect from hitting off a bit of turf. No complaints, nothing that stands out. Now onto the one I was really looking forward to, this impact mat. So I'm just going to try swinging a few without the balls, and then I try a few with the balls. And we'll see how it works. Hitting it would help. Nice. think that's just a little bit of dirt and grass off of my club. I don't think this is damaged in any way. It smooths back really easily. It shows very clearly whether I was hitting fat or thin and left or right. Let me give it a go with a few balls. My first impressions, I genuinely really like it. I think this is going to be useful. It's going to help me work on my consistency, making contact with the ball first, then the ground, more times out of 10. I like the way that it leaves a clear mark. I like how easily it goes back. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use it over the next week or so, try and do a good few hours worth of practice with it, and then I'll come back to you with the second part of this review, where I tell you if it's any good, and if it's standing up to being used. It's now about a week and a half later. I've used the mat a few times, maybe about 2 hours in total. I'm in a position to give you a much more detailed review about it. Just to clarify, I don't have an affiliation. I did pay in full for the mat. I don't get anything in exchange for doing this review. Overall, I'm happy with it, and I'm pleasantly surprised about the quality. A few of the sequins have been damaged, a little bit bent, and starting to lose their colour, but in no way does it affect the use or the feedback you get from the mat. None of them have come out, none of them have been totally destroyed, and I think for the money, which was $35.99 on Amazon at the time I bought it, I'm very happy with the durability. The small edge where the glue was coming unstuck from the first part of the video hasn't been an issue. I didn't bother sticking it back down, but I will do in the future, and I do expect it to last for at least a few months of regular practice. I would recommend limiting the number of full strength strikes on the mat if you want to keep it in good condition, especially if, like me, you're prone to lots of early ground contact, because that will damage the mat much more quickly. As a training aid, I think it's a good one. It really highlights where I'm striking the ball and where I'm striking the ground. It gives instant feedback that's useful and relevant. I'm optimistic that over the next few months of using it, I'll start to see a more consistent divot pattern and more consistent shots as a result of that. I've found that I like using it for around 10 or 15 minutes, either as part of a warm-up before irons practice, or just for short practice sessions when I'm, when I don't have very long or when I'm just in the mood for a short session, a few times per week. It's even possible to use it indoors if you've got high enough ceilings, and I'm finding it really useful. I think little and often is the best method with this one. Personally, I wouldn't enjoy training for a solid hour with it, but 10-15 minutes a few times a week I think is ideal. I hope you guys have enjoyed the review. If you think one would be useful for you, Amazon is where I got it from. If you'd like a link, feel free to put a comment and I will see if I can find it for you. Thank you guys.